There we go. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Brad Gottschall. I am the Lower Paxton Township Manager. In typical fashion, I'm going to give a summary of this evening's agenda, particularly for the benefit of those who may be watching at home on television. It is a business session of the board this evening. Under new business, the board will take action on a number of items. First, to include the appointments of two separate members of various boards and commissions, one being the Arts Council, one being the Greenway Committee. After this, the board will take action on to award a site improvement contract for the Brightville Park Playground Improvements Project. Very exciting. After this, the board will take action on resolutions 2023-15 and 2023-16, both of which are in regard to funding of projects, one being the CFA grant request for intersection improvements, and then the next being the Dauphin County Infrastructure Bank with regard to the Crumbs Mill Bridge, After this, the board will take action to approve change order number 3 with regard to the Municipal Center lobby improvements and safety upgrades project. Following that, the board will take action to approve township and authority bills, hear any final announcements, and then finally make a motion to adjourn. With all that said, members of the board are seated and prepared to conduct business. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gottschall. We'll call this meeting of the Lower Paxton Board of Supervisors to order. I'd like to ask everyone to please rise, and Supervisor Zumas will lead us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This will take us to approval of minutes, and we have minutes from the May 17th, 2023 business meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. The Board of Supervisors did meet in executive session prior to this meeting and will do so following. This is the time set aside for public comment. If you would like to address the board on an item not on the agenda, that's what we do under public comment. If you're here to talk about an item that's on the agenda, we'll have public comment on that item at that time. So would anybody like to address the board on an item not on the agenda this evening? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move to chairman and board member comments. Board members, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I just have two things that are coming up in the township. Friday night, we have our 4th concert. And it will be held at our beautiful Heroes Grove Amphitheater from 7 to 8:30, and it is Smooth Like Clyde. There will also be some food trucks. Hopefully the weather's going to hold out because the past 3 we've had to be inside the YMCA, but it looks pretty good. And then again, August the 1st will be National Night Out at George Park, and that will be from 5 to 8, so please come out and bring the family.
Anybody else? We also have with us tonight 2 scouts who are working on merit badges. And gentlemen, if you would both come to the podium in the middle of the room and maybe lower the microphone a little bit so we can hear you. I would like to introduce each of you and have you each tell us a little bit about what you're doing. So we'll start out with Will Mumford. And Will, what troop are you with?
I'm in Troop 368.
Troop 368. And Nicholas, you're also at 368. Okay. So tell us a little bit about how long have you all been in Scouts?
I've been in Scouts for 2 years at this point.
2 years. Nick?
I've been in Scouts Cub Scouts since like 1st grade.
Wow. And what badges are you working on this evening, gentlemen?
I'm working on Communications Merit Badge.
I'm also working on Communications Merit Badge.
Oh, okay. So what rank are you?
I'm working on First Class.
I am Tenderfoot right now.
Great. Well, Will and Nicholas, welcome. We're glad you're with us. We welcome your parents being with you as well, and congratulate you on working your way up. Hopefully, you'll both get to be Eagle Scouts. That's a tremendous honor to be able to do that, and it means a lot as you go through life. When people see a scout has reached the rank of Eagle Scout, even when you go to college or get out of school or whatever, apply for a job, having that on your resume, boy, that gives you a leg up because it says a lot about your character. So welcome to both of you, and hopefully we won't have too many fireworks for you tonight.
Where does your pack meet at?
We meet at the Carlton Church, but for important meetings, we go down to the fire station.
Oh, okay, great. Well, welcome.
Colonial
Nice
Park
seeing
Fire
you,
Station,
Nicholas.
right? Okay, great.
Great, welcome.
And hopefully we also won't put you to sleep because sometimes some of the business gets a little routine.
And Chairman, Nicholas is also a volunteer with me at NutriPack.
Oh, great.
Yes, he volunteered,
Very
and
good.
his mom and his dad also.
Good,
Yeah.
good, good. Well, I've known Will's parents for quite a while. I had an opportunity to work with his mother, so please tell Beth I said hello. So, and with that, Mr. Manager, do you have any report this evening?
No, sir, I have no formal report this evening.
Excellent. We have no old business, so we will move on to new business, and we have two appointments to make this evening. The first is an appointment to the Arts Council, Jennifer Regina. Jennifer, if you would come to the podium and introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Thank you for adding me to the agenda this evening. My name's Jennifer Regina. I have been a resident of Lower Paxton Township my entire life. I currently reside in Forest Hills. I would like to join the Arts Council because I have a passion for art in the community. I feel like the community can be inspired by creativity and sharing their talents with the community around us. I do have a degree in graphic design. That's my background, and I'm a project manager for a creative services team for McCormick Taylor.
Cool. Great, great.
Jennifer, did you find out that we had an opening through the website?
Actually, Teresa Gonzalez, our kids grew up together, and I knew she joined, and I knew there was the Arts Council was part of Lower Paxton. I have two children. I have a son that'll be a senior at CD, and my daughter's 20. But when she was in Girl Scouts, so they did the paint the trash cans as part of one of their projects. So I've participated in those events.
Good. I was just curious because we're always, trying to find people to volunteer, and I was curious how you found out about it.
Yeah.
Good.
Jennifer, where'd you go to school?
Central Dauphin. And I graduated from Millersville University.
Okay.
Yeah. A while ago.
I graduated from Central Dauphin a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Still at the old
I'll be
building,
quiet,
so
Robin.
it was at the middle school.
Well, you graduated from CD, Paul, didn't you? Yeah, okay. But he graduated not too while ago.
Still the old building, so.
Yeah. Well,
A lot of
welcome
CD
aboard.
dads.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this point, we need to have a motion to appoint Jennifer to the Arts Council. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we appoint Jennifer Regina to the Arts Council.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. And Rachel, I'll have you come up and pronounce your last name for us so I don't get it wrong. Rachel is going to be appointed to the Greenway Committee. Rachel?
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. My name is Rachel Losevich, and I am interested in joining the Greenway Committee. I saw that there was an opening. It actually came in a flyer, I think, with one of the sewer bills with the newsletter.
Oh, good.
Then I kind of piqued my interest. I'm an outdoors person. I like hiking, being outside, enjoying trails, so it sounded like a good fit. I've attended a couple of meetings, and yeah, I'm really excited to get started. Contribute and help people enjoy our outside spaces here in the township.
Cool.
Great.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Any questions for? No.
How was the last name pronounced?
Losevich.
Thank you for announcing that because I would have gotten it wrong. Well, it's great having you on the Greenway Committee, and between Greenway and Parks and Recreation, we of course have a major parks improvement project underway, and we're looking at a lot of walking trails and connecting things around the township. Walking is a big activity now, right, Rachel? And as a matter of fact, you mentioned Forest Hills. Within the next couple of weeks, we're going to be breaking ground on removing and completely rebuilding the tennis courts and basketball courts and all that at Forest Hills Park. So, and we also, I think, are going to do something else tonight at another park. We're going to be putting in some playground equipment. So much happening. You are joining us at a very exciting time, so thank you for being willing to do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion to appoint?
Yeah, I want to make a motion before I forget how to pronounce her last name. So I'd like to make a motion to appoint Rachel Losavich to the Greenway Committee.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations, and thank you both for
Yeah.
being willing to donate your time.
Now, you were both on live TV. I didn't know whether you knew that. Didn't want to say it beforehand so you would be nervous.
Yeah, we don't tell people that in advance. So, and by the way, our meetings are then on YouTube, so Scouts, if you want to see yourself on YouTube, you'll have an opportunity to do that. So, speaking of parks, we now need to move to take action to award a site improvement contract for the Brightville Park Playground Improvements Project. Good evening, Rachel.
Good evening. All right. Brad, are you able to pull up the playground? Perfect. All right. Figure that's a better picture to have than the letter. All right. So tonight I'm excited to take the next step to award the site improvement contract for the Brightville Park Playground Project. The new playground that will be installed at Brightville Park will consist of a 2 to 5 year old play area, a 5 to 12 year old play area, and a sound garden. Overall, this playground design blends traditional playground elements with unique features to provide countless play experiences. There are a mix of sensory play, active gross motor play, musical play, and fine motor play with key features that notably increase the inclusivity of the playground well beyond the requirements of ADA. This project is being funded through the DCNR C2P2 grant, which required a 50-50 match. We were awarded the grant for $1,040,000. The equipment has already been purchased through a state contract for approximately $315,000. The contract being presented tonight for approval includes site grading, drainage, installation of the equipment, concrete pavement and curb edging, and pour-in-place surface. Construction is to begin August 28th with substantial completion done in early November. Rogel Incorporated was the lowest bid for $696,969. I ask for you to approve this contract, please.
Very good. Questions, board members?
Rachel, what do we do with the old playground equipment?
It's staying up until August 18th, once our playground camp is done at Brightville, and then the following week we're demolishing it. It's 20 years old.
Oh, I was going to say, do we try to sell it or
No.
get pieces? No, just
Nope.
get rid of it.
It's
Okay.
reached its maximum life.
Okay. It's been there a while.
Yep.
You know to schedule that in advance with Penn Waste, right?
That's Public Works Department.
Public Works is good. Okay.
Leave that to them.
That's not considered a bulk item.
It's not a bulk item, okay. That's a real bulk item. Well, this is great. So now we've had the basketball courts replaced. Heroes Grove is complete. This will be done. Are that then all the projects for Brightville?
And the restroom was completed this past January as well. Eventually, we'd like to do the tennis courts, get them repaved, but other than that, maybe some walking trails around the perimeter that we'd still like to strive for. But these are the major components of Brightville Park.
And that park's used really hard.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
one of the most popular, especially with the Brightville basketball program. I believe you guys are aware we had over 800 kids enrolled in the program this year.
Wow.
Great.
Just a random question, but what are we putting down for the surface there? Are we doing like rubber or?
It's
or is
the rubber pour in place similar to Possibility Place.
Gotcha. Nice, very nice.
And then that has the concrete edging that would lead up to it to allow for accessibility as well.
Good.
Any other questions? Is there a motion to award the site improvement contract for Brightville Park Playground?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Very good.
you.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel.
We now need to take action on Resolution 2023-15, this authorizing the filing of a grant application for the Multimodal Transportation Fund Program from the Commonwealth Finance Authority. And Mr. Godshall, if you would explain in English what all that means.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Members of the board, this resolution merely, as the caption would suggest, allows staff to file a grant request in the amount of $1.275 million to the Commonwealth Financing Agency relative to a safety improvement project we're looking at the intersection of Prince and Route 22. There have been a number of incidents, traffic incidents, on various legs of that intersection. It's a fairly complex turning movement intersection. There's a lot of different moves and things. And number one, the traffic signal infrastructure itself is aged and almost at life expectancy itself. So that needs an upgrade, which is part of this application as well. And then also taking a look at the timing of the signal movements with regard to the various turning lanes and things. That's part of it. As well as looking at, it's a pretty involved project actually, taking a look at beyond kind of that infrastructure to include the electrical components. I don't know if you've taken particular notice, but if you go out there and look at the electrical poles, I mean, that's probably, if that electrical pole gets knocked out, that's probably carries the entire township. I mean, there's that much electrical infrastructure on a single pole. So we're taking a look at that, but that's a minor component to it. But so relative safety improvements in this request. Along with this request, it does require a local match. We have identified through our capital improvement project a 15% match, which would be $225,000. Yeah, $225,000, which would be the local match to this request. So we wanted to have a more formal presentation on this project, but due to the timing of the grant, we have to get the resolution adopted tonight, and then we'll go forward and have our pre-application meeting with the department and actually get to the meat of the project. But this would allow us to do that.
So Brad, would this take care of the turning signal that I've been concerned about since February?
Yes.
Oh, then you might be able
Yes.
to get that off the list.
We will. That's part of it.
Okay.
Our engineers still don't know that it's going to meet the warrant, PennDOT warrant, but it's certainly going to be part of the.
Should have been there the other day. I should have taken pictures. It met the warrant. Okay, great. Thank you.
Mr. Navarro, do you have any questions?
No, I think we've all gotten a lot of phone calls about that intersection, so
This is
I'm glad to
very
see
true.
it happen. So,
Mr. Zimis, you're okay?
Yeah, it's a well-needed improvement.
Okay, that being the case, do we have a motion to approve Resolution 2023-15?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion. We approve Resolution 2023-15, authorizing the filing of a grant application for the Multimodal Transportation Fund Program from the Commonwealth Finance Authority in the amount of $1,275,000 with a $225,000 local match.
So moved. Is there a second?
second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
We now need to take action on Resolution 2023-16, authorizing the filing of a loan application for the Dauphin County Infrastructure Bank. And Mr. Godshall, I assume you're taking that one also?
Yes, sir, members of the board. This project is in regard to the Crumbs Mill Bridge replacement project. This is one of the final bridges to replace within the township. As you all are aware, the county has been it really has been at the leading edge in terms of replacing its bridges countywide. I believe countywide there are only a handful or less that need to be replaced at this point, and then they have all been taken care of. This is one of them. The amount that we are requesting through the Dauphin County Infrastructure Bank is $821,000. The project itself, we've discussed this with the board actually probably at least a year ago now. We initially came to the board to talk about this project. At that time, we discussed a price tag of about $502,000. There is some discussion going on between the county and the federal government at this point to try to increase funding for this bridge bundling program within the county. So that is what the swing is for. We are requesting the full $821,000 with the hopes that it's going to be more likely that the project will come in for the local share portion at $502,000, but we're going to request the full $821,000 in the event the negotiations don't pan out the way we want them to. It is actually, if the negotiations go well enough, as we're told by the county, it's possible that the local share component may go down to even as low as 40-some thousand. So there's a huge swing between 40,000 and 800,000, but we're going to, like I said, go for the full 821 and hope that it backs off from there. But
Brad, is it the bridge there where you make a left if you're going north onto Commerce Drive?
This is down, down that hill, going up the hill. There's that, on Crumbs Mill, there's a bit of a valley.
Yeah, because I was thinking there was some work done there, but maybe not, years ago.
I believe there may have been work done on, what is that, Doan Road, which is, if you turn left, right before the bridge.
So that's where it was. Okay, right before the bridge.
Yeah,
okay.
and that gets into Susquehanna Township.
Yep, okay.
Questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve Resolution 2023-16?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve action on Resolution 2023-16 as presented by Mr. Gottschall.
So moved. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Now, we need to take action to approve change order number 3. This is becoming rather routine. From East Coast Contracting for the Municipal Center Renovations and Security Upgrade Project. For those of you who are here in person, that's why you can't come in the front door. We're still trying to get that finished. Mr. Gottschall, any comments on that?
Yes, sir. This change order is in the amount of $3,693.75. We had noticed once certain components were installed, as you may be able to peer through the doors and see, that there was some additional work required to the cabinetry that had been newly installed there. So this change order merely addresses that additional work.
So this will be done on July 31st?
That's the intent. Yep, that's what we're hoping for.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They're making pretty quick progress here over a short period of time. So we're.
And we started when?
It hasn't been going on that long.
April.
It seems like the last 2 or 3 weeks it's really come together.
Yeah.
The hammer moved.
The hammer moved. Yeah, there was a hammer that sat in the same spot for about 2 months, and we took notice of that. We're like, we move this along? Well, we'll be very glad, very happy to have the lobby finished and open so that everybody's not wandering all around the building, figuring out how to get in.
You think this will be the last change order?
No.
Yes, well, we ensured that it will be the last change order, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
With that, is there a motion to approve change order number 3 for East Coast Contracting?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve.
So
change order
moved. Is
number
there a
3.
second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
I notice a lack of subdivision and land development items on the agenda. That's sort of unusual. This will take us to payment of bills for Lower Paxton Township and the Lower Paxton Township Authority. Mr. Treasurer.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that we approve payment of the bills for Lower Paxton Township and the Lower Paxton Township Authority.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any further announcements?
Yeah, and I'm almost positive, I had talked to David, there is no sewer authority meeting next Tuesday. He said we're meeting in August. Yeah.
I had to think about
okay.
what month it was,
Okay.
yes.
Well, along those lines, it is important to note our next meeting will not be on Tuesday, August 1st. That will be National Night Out over at George Park, and we hope everybody listening will come out and join us for National Night Out. Our police department is putting together a very impressive lineup, as usual, of community groups that will be there for that. So with National Night Out being on Tuesday, August 1st, our next meeting will then be on Wednesday, August 2nd at 7 p.m. in this room. With that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.